Good morning, everyone. My name is Rohan Rao, and I am from Triple IT Kota EC department. And today we'll be making a simple chat application that will provide us with a graphical user interface. And for this project, we'll be using tkinter package of Python. Tkinter package is a de facto package in Python that is used to create graphical user interfaces, and hence we have started here by importing the package itself. We'll be dividing this program into two parts. First, we'll be creating the graphical user interface part, GUI part, and in the second part, we'll be adding the code of receiving and sending messages between the server and the client. So first, we have created a function, define GUI, and we have called we have here initialized the GUI, and in the second line, what we have done is GUI.title server chat. So we have the window will be titled as the server chat. Title is selected, and then we have specified the GUI.geometry. So the chat box would be of the length 380 by 430. It will be the geometry of the chat box, and then it will be followed by chat log is equals to text. So this is basically we are designing the part where the chat will be shown, where I'll be texting someone and someone will be texting back to me. That part, the chat part, would be of background white. This is that part, and it will be disabled. We'll enable this when we'll be defining the chat section in the creator and in the client.py, and then we have created the send button here. This button, we are designing the send button here because we are designing the send button here by keeping the background orange, and then this is all using GUI. And then we have also designed the text box. Text box would be, the background would be white. We have kept the background as white. We can keep it of any color. We can make it gray even, or any other color. And the next part, first we have created all these three: chat log, send button, and text box. Now we'll be placing all these components into the window. Hence we have used these three lines here: chatlog.place, textbox.place, and sendbox.place, sendbutton.place. All these three will send will place all the three components in the chat box. And finally we have used this GUI.main loop function. What it will do is it will keep the window in loop, because if we don't use this function, then what will happen that the chat box will appear once and then it will close itself. Hence we use this function to keep it in loop, and hence it will be shown there unless we click the cross button. And then we have defined a main function and then called the GUI function here. So this is the first part. This is the first GUI functions that we have defined, and in the second part we will be writing code for client and the server. So let me just show you. This is our GUI that we have created. This is the text area where the text will be displayed, whatever the chat will be there. This is our button that we have created, send button. It doesn't work right now, and we can write anything here on the place where we have, this is the chat area. It doesn't work right now because we haven't implemented the code, but this is what we have created using tkinter. Okay, so from in the second part, we are here in the second part. We'll be first writing the server code. So first of all, this tkinter part is imported here, and we have imported socket. Socket is another package that helps us connect between two nodes, and they can communicate between each other. So we'll be using this throughout our code. So the most important part is creating the server. So one server will be created, and there will be many clients that can be accepted by the server, and they can chat with each other in this group. So first we'll be initializing the server. This is some initializing socket code. We have initialized socket here using this code, and then we have for initializing a socket we need two things. First is host and another is port. So this host, we have created a local host here, but you can also use this IP. Suppose you can use an IP address like this when we'll be using our IP address. So some other devices on the same network can be connected to. And we have here, like, then we have mentioned the port. We can use any ports. We have mentioned 1 2 3 4 here. So there are almost 65,000 options of ports here that you can choose from. So we have just randomly chosen 1 2 3 4, the port number. And then we have initialized the server by using this code s.bind. We have put the host and the port here, and next we are listening to the number of clients. So right now we have just put one client, so we'll be just talking to one client. So it will be like, we can accept more than one clients too. We can accept 5 6 7, any number of clients. And then we are, at last we are just uh, accepting the connection from the client. When the client code will be run, so the server will be accepting the client, and it will be done using this code, connection comma address, and it will be accepting it. So this is the server code, and we'll be copying the same code inside the client part 2. So the client part 2 will have the same server code, except the accepting part, which will, it will just connect, and the accepting part, since it is only dealt by the server, so we have neglected that part. So now there are three more important parts that we'll be doing. First is updating the chat log. First is send, then is receive, and then is updating the chat log. These three important functions are to be created, and then our mm, chat will be completed. So first is the send function. So we have made a send function here in the server itself. The same code will be copied, just a line will be changed in the client too. So we have created a send function here. Globally, we have created the text box, and this this code, what is does is, whatever will be written in the text area, it will just send the, it will the message will hold the whatever will be written in the text area. So the arguments passed are 0.00 and end. What this means is 0.00 is the starting point, and end will be up till the end. The entire message will be held in this message variable, and then we'll be calling a chat log update chat function, which we have not discussed yet, but we have defined here. Above, we'll be discussing about it. So we'll just call it, and it will update the chat, and we'll be sending this message by encoding it in ASCII. So when what happens when we send message, it might, get hacked, or it might get lost somewhere between the connections. So we usually, what we do, we encode it in some form like UTF-8 or ASCII value, so that the data is secured. So we have encoded the message here, and then what we'll do is delete the whatever you written in the chat box text area, so that some other messages can be entered again. So this is the send part. Then we have the receive part. Receive part is quite simple. Um, it will first will be initializing the while loop. It will keep on receiving the code until there's some exceptions there. So first we are receiving it, and this using this connection dot receive function, and we are receiving messages up to 1024 bytes, and we are then decoding the message that was encoded there in ASCII. So we'll be decoding it in ASCII too, and then we are, if the message, if it is a null message, then we'll be update chat box again. So the update chat box uses has two parameters. First is the message that we had encoded, and the second is 0 and 1. So what is does is, 0 is the sender's code that we have defined, and 1 is the receiver's code. It will understand that if we add 0, then a message is being sent, and if we add 1, then a message is being received. And this is the important part. We'll be discussing it now. So the third most important function that we have come here is the update chat. So what we will do is that it has two, it holds two arguments, message and state. So the first part, as we know, in the GUI part, we disabled the chat box. So what we are doing is we are making it normal again, so that messages can be viewed in it. And then we update the message in the window if the state would be 0, that it will be the sender's part. So we'll just insert our message that it will show you, that means we are sending the message, the sender's part. And if the state else is used, if it will be 1, then the message of the senders will be just pasted there. So this is very simple. And then we'll again disable it, so that other messages cannot anything else cannot be put on the chat box. So it will be like one-to-one end-to-end connection. And this what this line does is chat view. What it does is the last message that will be sent will be shown to us. It will hold a priority, and this will take a parameter end. It will mean that the end part will be viewed. Hence, all these three functions that we have discussed here are the main parts of this server code. Exact same would be copied in the client code, except that the wherever the connections we have written connection dot will be changed to s dot, because it is a client code. It's not accepting things here, right? And also we'll have to change some part in the main function too. Okay, so after creating all the after creating the server and all the three functions, that is updating the chat, send and receive, what we are doing is we created the GUI before only. This part is also done. So the last part is in this main function. First we'll be calling the server. This text box would be first set to none, so it will be like empty there. Then we'll be setting up the connection, initialize the server, and then we'll call the GUI. The GUI will be called, and then all of this sending and messaging part can be done there. So it's very simple. Then I'll just show you how to do it. So first we'll be setting up the server. uh, we'll we'll first cd over to the project location, and we'll just open this open the server, just run the server, and the server is online now. This client part will be, we have opened the client chat here, and the server chat is also on. Now we can test this by writing here in the client hi server, and then click on send. So as you can see, we are the ones writing, so it's written you and hi server. So the other one is getting the message hi server. So we'll be writing hi client here, and as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. They are The other person is able to show receive the messages as well as they are sending the messages, and the client chat is working perfectly fine. So what we can do is, we can, instead of one client, we can, if we'll change the code and we'll make two or three clients, so there will be like many chat boxes. We can do that too, but we can see here that program is working perfectly fine. We can send other messages, we can send anything, and so it's working perfectly nice. So that was my project. Thank you. So that was my project. Thank you very much. So that was the chat application that we have designed here using Tkinter, Socket, and Python. Thank you very much.